Howdy folks, I'm Brian, and here's some Reddit. Alright, our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Getting Angry That My Girlfriend Was Tracking Me? I'm a 36-year-old male, and I recently found out that my girlfriend of over 2 years, a 33-year-old female, had been tracking me through my phone. I was furious. I didn't know for how long, and she explained that she had done it as a way for us to both keep track of each other in case of an emergency, but without telling me and using my phone while I slept. A bit of context, we both don't really have friends or family close by, but I was still furious and I felt betrayed. I found out because she saw that I was working at home. I work for myself and make my own schedule, when according to her, I should have been out working. She knows my password as I'm not hiding anything from her, but she still gets jealous and upset over insignificant things. She has accused me multiple times of cheating on her. I never have, because according to her, I hide things. I admit my OCD may look like I am hiding things. I routinely delete emails, call logs, etc. And I hate having so many texts or emails that I don't need. I'm not hiding, I'm just clearing. I've always done it. She's had thousands of old emails, for example. But because I don't, I must be hiding something. I rarely use her phone and I don't know her password. But she will literally snatch the phone from my hand if I get a text or an email, etc. I've changed the password and I've removed the lock screen notification, so now she is more furious and paranoid that I'm hiding something. I've ignored her calls for about 24 hours, which may have been wrong. She has her own place too, but we have since talked and are still together. I am a very private person and I like being alone, more so than her, so it feels like a huge breach of trust. Am I the jerk? What do you think, Reddit? Would you like it if someone like your partner was tracking you without your knowledge? No, OP, I don't think you are the jerk here, and she did violate your privacy and she did violate your trust. There's just no two ways about this. Like, she secretly installed, she said, her claims of this being so that we could keep track of each other fall short when you don't know about it and you aren't tracking her. And the thing is that it's important to have boundaries in relationships, and it seems like she's massively violating your boundaries. I would sit down and talk to her, and if she has these large of trust issues, then this might not be the best relationship or the healthiest relationship. Perhaps she needs to go into therapy and work out some of her trust issues, because you are really suffering at the hands of her distrust. And that's just not a healthy relationship. Anyhow, good luck. Not the jerk. That is a huge violation of your privacy. Also, she is displaying signs of projection when you see your own characteristic in others, whether they are there or not, specifically when it comes to infidelity. She gets to be private, but freaks out on you if you want the same. She's getting some on the side. Alright, our next one is titled, Am I the jerk for yelling at my wife for doing the dishes? Okay, it sounds bad, but let me start by saying that my wife is awesome. Oh, okay, well then everything's all forgiven. She gets up with me every morning to make breakfast for work, and she keeps the house clean, so everyone who comes over always comments on how spotless it is. She makes dinner every night and does all the grocery shopping and makes sure that I'm feeling okay when I get home from work. I love that, but it's really annoying too. I have to stop here. You love all this stuff, but you think it's annoying too? Alright. When she was a kid and a teenager, her parents kind of expected her to be the parent, so she always had to watch her brothers and clean the house and cook the food and make sure her mom could keep sleep during the day since she worked at night and was a single mom for a long time, so I get it. She's parentified. But it still gets under my skin. She says, since I make more money, it's the least that she can do and take care of the house and take care of me. And it's sweet, but I want to help too. I also try to do the dishes sometimes, but she always shows me after that I've left some food caked on. I never see it when I'm doing the dishes, and I try to say sorry, but she just laughs and gives me a kiss and does it for me. She doesn't let me redo them, even if I ask her to let me do the dishes. If I wait long enough and go out to the garage or work on something, they'll be done when I come back in. All right, I'm going to stop here. So your chief complaint so far is that she doesn't let you redo the dishes. So you get all the way through the dishes and somehow they're dirty, and then you get upset with her when she doesn't want you doing the dishes because you're not doing a good job at them. OP, listen to yourself here. Do the dishes right. They aren't hard. If you don't know how to do the dishes right, ask your wife how she gets the dishes so clean and have her show you. Pay attention. If this is something that you really want to do and really want to help with, then actually do it and do it right. You're not saving anyone any time by making dishes semi-clean. She did it again the other day, and when she washed them after I washed them because they were still dirty, instead of just letting me do them again. I yelled at her that she was treating me like a child and that I wanted to do my own dishes like a grown man. Well, then do them right the first time. I told her that sometimes I think that she wants a kid and not a husband. I'm sure she actually wants a husband, but for you to actually do the dishes right. She looked really hurt, but said that maybe I should learn how to do them like a grown man then. She took the words right out of my mouth. She told me that she never minds if I help, but whenever I say I'm going to do something, I don't do it, even when all I have to take care of in the household is our bathroom. It isn't true that I never do what I say I will. She just doesn't give me enough time. Sometimes I need a couple days, and our house isn't even messy, so she shouldn't be mad. She hasn't wanted to really talk to me since yesterday, and when I tried to hold her last night, she got up and went into a different room. I didn't think what I did was that bad, and I think that if I apologized, it would be disingenuous since I was right that she treats me like a child and needs to let me help more. Am I the jerk for yelling at her and not letting her let me redo the dishes because she thinks I can't handle them on my own and wanting her to be a husband instead of her kid? Yeah, OP. You're totally a jerk here. Again, I think most of my commentary throughout this letter is pretty much spot on. If you're going to do something, do it right the first time. It would be understandable maybe that you did this once and made a mistake and, or you had a dish that was dirty or something like that. But if she's pointing out that your dishes aren't clean, then you need to clean your dishes. Use more soap. Let them soak for a minute. There's all kinds of ways that you can clean dishes and actually have them clean when you get done with them. Or better yet, buy a dishwasher if you're really this intent on it and learn how to use the dishwasher and learn how to use it properly. That way, she doesn't have to do them and you don't have to do them. So yeah, there are solutions here. So maybe start with something like that. Oh, and of course you're the jerk for yelling at her. Don't yell at your wife because she was trying to help. What in the world were you thinking? She's doing you a favor. She's trying to keep the house clean, and you're kind of impeding her. There's the old expression, lead, follow, or get out of the way, and you just need to get out of the way here. Or actually start doing a good job. You're the jerk. You are acting like a child, so you're being treated like one. Grown adults don't do a half job of cleaning the dishes and leave food on them. You have eyes. You can check to see if they're clean yourself. And a grown man doesn't need days to clean a bathroom or hours to do dishes. If you want to be treated like an adult, start acting like one. Our final post for the evening is titled, Am I a jerk for respectfully asking my sister-in-law that she does not attend my mother's funeral? Throwaway. She's 30-year-old female, and she's a perfectly nice lady, but she has some issues that I, a 35-year-old female, know about, and I will struggle to cope with. Especially at the funeral. My brother has never really specifically said what it is that is wrong with her, but I think it may be some sort of learning disability. She is super smart in some areas and very organized and methodical, but doesn't really communicate that well with me. And she can make some comments that are matter of fact, but not done with much empathy or sadness. Because of how she is, I asked her if she could organize the majority of the funeral to take some of the emotional pressure off of me, which she did to the T, and I'm very grateful for. I just don't think I can cope with her at the funeral itself, and she'll make me more upset than being a comfort to me. My brother is fuming at me and has said that he doesn't care and is bringing her anyways. It's causing a rift at the time where me and my brother at a time when we should be at our closest. He said she's asked for her support for more sessions because of my request and found everyone contacting them, like undertakers and funeral goers, overwhelming, but hasn't said anything about it to me. I don't know if it's that bad of me not to have things that will upset me on one of the hardest days that I will ever have. I think that they should be a bit more respectful of my request. It's not like she's a blood relative to my mother, and we have to try and limit the number of people who can come anyways. All right, so let me get this straight. You asked your sister-in-law if she could organize this whole funeral, and then you don't want her there because she's going to upset you. Look, funerals are for a lot of people, and your sister-in-law has every right to be there. If you feel like she makes a lot of matter-of-fact statements that are kind of devoid of empathy, then try to gently turn the conversation away from something like that, or at a different time, kind of sit down and explain to her that, it would be nice if she didn't say, or try to have a little bit more empathy in the way she says things. Your brother needs support, and it's a little cruel for you to not allow his wife to come along. And the thing is that you are being really selfish here to not allow her to come, especially for a time that your brother needs support too. Now, again, I think that you would be making a huge mistake to do this, and I think that you're going to cause a huge rift in the family, and if you really never want to see your sister-in-law again after this, and potentially your brother, then keep pushing this. But if I were you, I would just not do this. Wait, you had her organize the funeral as a favor to you, and now you don't want her to be allowed to attend? Even if she hadn't done you an enormous favor, she's your brother's wife, and he would want her there for emotional support anyways. You're the jerk. Yeah. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.